Welcome to the top 5 soundtracks and songs in video games, in my opinion. Out of the eternal dark appears the sound of light violins. A choir voice is slowly growing from the silence. Hot rhythms appear, and with them the atmosphere of the game comes closer to us. We don't just let us get pumped by the music, but also lead in some games. The music supports the feeling of the game and can transform weak moments or even the menu to an acoustic highlight. In this video I would like to celebrate with you the top 5 best gaming soundtracks and songs in my opinion. Number 5. Tropico 3. What could transport the feeling of a Caribbean banana republic better than the music a la Buena Vista Social Club, salsa, rumba and Latin jazz? El Presidente never sounded that good. Tropico was never that atmospheric again. Even though the latest parts of the series kept the charming Latin rhythms, they went on without any singing. Gone were the days when we sang revolution and fighting songs while we built roads. Musically, that caused some atmosphere, but the humor and the better game mechanics could make up for this. All in all, the cool texts, which I could only understand via Google Translate, have a warm place in my heart and earn to be number 5. Number 4. Off-world trading. The space is a big void which mankind, out of the fearful glance of an existence, tries to fill with hopes and dreams. This gloomy hope of a better life in the void of the universe is sketched perfectly by Christopher Tin. Even the first xylophonical sounds create an atmospheric tapestry of sound which brings me every time to sit nearly an eternity in front of the game's menu and dedicate to the warm melancholy of a positive future. Barely any other soundtrack sounds that futuristic but prompts so many emotions. A master of his class who helps an ambitious indie game to a remarkable tight atmosphere and to secure number 4. Number 3. Command & Conquer Red Alert 2. A mind-controlling, insane Russian destroys the whole atomic arsenal of the USA. Huge, remote-controlled octopuses and gigantic Zeppelin bombers coming close to New York, while infantry units compete with tanks who will enter first America from the Mexican border. Which music could fit better to such an insane scenario than the electro-rock sounds of Frank Kaplacki? While the Hell March is no complete new song, the version of Red Alert 2 transports the destructive fights and the weirdness of the campaign very well. But honestly, what could fit better time-traveling Russians whom fight a T-Rex as a double electro guitar axe wielded by Mr. Kaplacki himself? Only number 3 in my ranking. Number 2. Civilization 4 and 6. How do you make the moment sound when humanity finished following animals and created civilization as good as the moment when giant warbots couldn't prevent the Zulu from launching the first space shuttle? It takes a choir, which voice rises slowly and then singing bombastically about the greater good while a majestic orchestra underlining the choir. That Christopher Tin is a master in creating emotional boundaries to games, especially with emotions you wouldn't have connect with the game at first glance, we hear it in number 4. But on number 2, everything is 2 times bigger. Civilization 4 and Civilization 6 wouldn't be the same if not Christopher Tin would have made these fantastic soundtracks. Chilling in the game menu guaranteed. Number 1. Final Fantasy 7 and 10. A harp, a piano, and only 4 to 5 notes. You don't need more so that one feels the tragic depth inside before the game starts, so that you have an instant connection with the characters. What sounds like the recipe for an extremely good Hollywood movie is actually describing the musical arrangement of Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X. This game series had award-worthy music from the beginning. One of the most well-known melodies, some fans even dare to call it the Final Fantasy theme, is the harp version of the menu music of Final Fantasy VII and went through my ears, over my heart, directly into my soul. Even years after the first playthrough, memories of the whole epic story come into my mind when I hear this melody. Likewise, this happens with the piano version of Tuzanakant from Final Fantasy X. This melody also appears in the title screen, but is drowned out by the voice of the main character, which is hinting towards the loss we have to expect on our journey. These two emotional bombs, which trigger happiness, sadness, melancholy and satisfaction at the same time, have clearly earned to be number 1 in my first ranking. And that was my first top 5 ranking. Thank you for watching. If you want to prove that you watched the video this far, you can answer me the following question. Why is Torchlight 2 better than Diablo 2? Also, I would like to know, how did you like this ranking? Did I forgot or ignore correctly a game or a game series? Do you wish another ranking? Tell me in the comments and discuss with me why Diablo did not appear in this list and if a ranking of the top 5 city building games would interest you. For more videos you can go to my channel, subscribe here or let the bell ring.